This video will be about the moon and the Aquarius sign. Aquarius is about things that are weird and unusual, but in a progressive way. When smartphones or even social media apps like Facebook came out, people used to thought those things were crazy, but now they use it today. Aquarius is about trying to see the bigger picture of things and how it can benefit society. Aquarius is about humanitarianism, charitable organizations, groups, and clubs. Aquarius isn't exactly rebellious, but it's about doing things that aren't traditional, etc. Whereas the moon represents our mother, stepmother, adopted mother, our emotions, feelings, what makes us feel sensitive, what we care about, etc. First, I'll start with the mother because your mother is like the human embodiment of what Aquarius represents, meaning your mother carries characteristic traits of someone who is weird and unconventional, which will irritate you because you will wonder, why does my mother act like that? Why does she dress or think that way? You will have these questions so much you will feel as though you're trying to solve a puzzle. You will notice your mother does things opposite than how everybody else would do something. For example, when your mother drives or cooks, you would notice she would take different approaches than what everyone else does. Let's say 90% of people eat egg yolk. Your mother would cook scrambled eggs instead. Every day is like opposite day with her. As a result, you inherited these traits. Believe it or not, you have a lot of weird or quirky traits. These traits would be expressed through your emotions and feelings. Our feelings lead to our thoughts, and our thoughts lead to our actions. Actions could even be the way that you dress. This is why every moon in Aquarius person like Michael Jackson, Vince McMahon, or Kanye West all dress in ways most people in society don't. Let's use emotions and Kanye West as an example. Every now and then, Kanye West does these viral videos where he goes on an emotional rant. People try to describe these sporadic behaviors of Kanye because his mood and feelings changes frequently, almost as if he is bipolar. You know why? Question mark. It's because the way a person expresses their emotions, more so the sad and sensitive emotions like crying, a person that has moon in Aquarius would express their emotions in an opposite way. Notice how the people I just mentioned, like Michael Jackson, Vince McMahon, or Kanye West, rarely were ever seen crying. Doing things like crying, showing signs of depression, feeling sad. Naturally, humans tend to not hide those emotions, whereas someone with moon in Aquarius, their emotions tend to be more so hidden. Everyone cries, so a moon in Aquarius person would feel the need to not cry since that's what everyone else is doing. Even with crying and stuff, the things that make them emotional won't be the same for an average person. This is why a person with a moon in Aquarius is so hard to understand. A moon in Aquarius person could be having an emotional breakdown and you wouldn't even realize it because they don't show it the typical way. As a result, when they have thoughts in regards to their feelings, the thoughts and actions they have would be unusual. Hence, why a person with a moon in Aquarius tends to do everything differently, especially dress. When it comes to appearance, since their emotions are expressed differently, so too the way they look, such as hairstyles and clothing of choice. Now the moon shows what we care about. So moon and Aquarius people, they care about the betterment and the advancement of society, which makes them futuristic thinkers and very innovative. Use Michael Jackson for example. You remember the song All I Wanna Say Is That They Don't Really Care About Us? He is a legit moon in Aquarius in sidereal astrology. So he meant those words. If you have this moon in Aquarius, then you find interest in showing what you care for by joining those non for profit organizations. For example, a moon in Aquarius sixth house would join those unions that affect someone's job. Now, the unusual side of how a moon and Aquarius person cares about things is still different than how a normal person would. They will do so more so hidden or in ways where you think they don't have an emotional reaction when in actuality they do care. Their way of caring about something is expressed differently. So again, in Kanye's case, some people can think he is bipolar. I'll use an astrological example. A person with moon in Aquarius in the second or eighth house, you may think these people don't care about the death of a family member slash in-law, but they will show up to the funeral. Another thing too, moon in Aquarius person has an infatuation with science, photography, and technology. I guess you can say STEM studies as well. It's because things like science and technology are required for the advancement of society. The new technology leads to a better and easier lifestyle as we can see today. Essentially, these people think outside of the box. There is a misconception, though, that Moon and Aquarius people are lawbreakers and rebellious, but it's not true. Those people do things differently because that's the only way a change or a progression can happen, which is by doing the opposite of what the masses do. These Moon and Aquarius people wouldn't function well in dictatorship or communist countries. Now, the nakshatras, to tell you the truth, I don't really understand the Dhanishta nakshatra at all. So, I'm not going to talk about it. When I used to study it, I didn't really understood it, so I got bored. The Shatabisha nakshatra, I'm not too familiar with as well because there is a way I study these nakshatras and there are a few I haven't fully mastered yet to make videos about them. Luckily though, I know and understand this Aquarius nakshatra very well, which is the Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra, the hypocrite nakshatra. Moon in the Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra. I like this nakshatra because I fully understand it to a T. A person with this nakshatra mother would have these traits of Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra as well, hence where you inherited it from. This nakshatra is all about being a prankster, a two-faced person, a jokester, or a hypocrite. This nakshatra is very closely related to actors. Actors like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Because this nakshatra is all about pretending. Pretending for good reasons though. It's about just trying to make people laugh. This is a this is the comedian nakshatra. Your mother, for example, will not only demonstrate eccentric behaviors, but you can notice she tricks you a lot. She might lie to you straight up, and then when you call out what she is doing, she would laugh, right? Question mark. Basically, it's like she puts on different personas, especially depending upon who she is interacting with. It's the same situation with your emotions. So you mask your emotions, especially sad emotions, very well. Then you use your sad emotions as a way to trick people. A good example is when kids or a girlfriend that cries or pretends to be sad just to trick you into getting what they want. You trick people with your emotions. To you, it's fun because you will oftentimes pretend to be someone you aren't. You could do this very well with your feelings. We know how people pretend that they care about something when in actuality they don't. You would take things up a notch and change who you are as a person just to pretend as if you care. Then you would get caught and you would laugh it off. Really, these traits will come out on your social media accounts. So, most likely, you pretend to be a different person on social media by using by even using fake accounts. An odd nakshatra indeed. Anyways, follow me on the other apps. There will be more videos to come.